Okay, hello. We are back and we are talking now in our series about where you get your food. We're going to talk about online delivery for a little bit. I want to give you a few resources if you're interested in online delivery for food and give you a little bit of a glimpse into what it is. So, just for review, we've gone over where our food comes from. It comes from nature, it comes from the earth, from plants, from animals. It comes from growing your own or your neighbor growing it on their farm or from a large industrial operation, big food. Here in this section, a little bit different. I want you to get an idea of where you get your food. So we already went over growing it yourself. Getting it from your neighbor at their local farm. We went over farmers markets where a lot of local farmers will come together and sell their fruits and vegetables and all their other goods like honey or sauces or syrups or whatever they have on their farm to offer. And now this is a relatively new area, online delivery, and it's really interesting and exciting. It's really exploded over the last 10 years, and there's tons and tons of options to choose from. So some services offer you just fresh fruits and vegetables, but some offer ingredients plus recipes where you'll get a whole meal kit and you can put together the meal yourself. But you don't have to shop, you don't have to go to the store, you don't have to go to a farmer's market, or to any kind of store. It all comes straight to you, and everything is pre-measured, and you can just cook the meal yourself. Of course, there's also pre-made meals where you can just pop it in the oven or in the microwave, and there's that. That's kind of a different thing. Pre-made meals is kind of like takeout almost, but delivered to you. What we're talking about here is more the fresh produce delivery or the meal kit delivery. So here are some resources for you. You can download this also. I have it in the downloads, and I want you to just get an idea of how much this costs, how much produce comes in each box. You can order different sizes. You can pick your own, or you can let the farm or the company pick it for you. Single boxes usually come either weekly or monthly. They usually range between $30 to $40. If you let the company pick it for you, usually it's a little bit cheaper because they give you what they have on stock. But these are really fun and the kids love it. You guys will love opening the boxes when you get them. I've tried a lot of these services. A lot of them are really fun, and we love getting our boxes. Or our kits. So for fruits and veggies, I've given you five places to start here. Farm Fresh to You is a really big popular one. You can customize your own box. You can get a big box, a little box. You can get all vegetables. You can get all fruits. You can get a mix. You can get it every week. You can get it every month. Lots of options there at Farm Fresh to You. So check that one out. Farm Box Direct, same idea. Imperfect Foods. This is a really awesome one because what this box is it's all of the fruits and vegetables that don't look right, right? That don't look exactly perfect and don't wouldn't pass the inspections to go to the big giant grocery stores, but the fruits and the vegetables are still just perfect, right? But they in the past they would get wasted, but these imperfect foods get put together in the boxes and sent to you, and you know that these are really good fruits and vegetables too, because usually if they're imperfect, they haven't been modified, right? They haven't been genetically modified, or they haven't been sprayed with color. We get into that more when we talk about preservatives and pesticides and GMOs and organic and all of that later in a different course. But just for now, Imperfect Foods is a fun one. Misfits Market, same type of idea. And Fresh Direct is another one. So there's lots more than these. These are just examples. This section is really just to get you started thinking about this as an option that it's out there. The meal delivery kits, these are the ones that come with all the ingredients pre-measured. They come with recipes and directions, pretty easy. Some are more complicated than others, but they're all pretty easy. I've tried most of these on here. There's some that are you can get all different kinds of different foods. So if you want just protein foods, if you want to focus mainly on protein, you can get that. If you are vegetarian and you want to focus on vegetarian meals, you can get that. Um, All kinds of different things here. So I've listed out 10 here, and there's more than this. There's so many these days. But HelloFresh, Blue Apron, Green Chef, Purple Carrot, Every Plate, Eat Clean, Marley Spoon, that's Martha Stewart's company. Hungry Root is a really popular one that has popped onto the market. Thistle is another one that I don't have listed here, but is another really good one. If you just do an internet search, you'll find all these plus more. There are also kids cooking kits that I really want to stress here because we're, a kids company, and I want you kids to start dipping your toes into the waters of food and nutrition and cooking. And here we're talking about food. So check out one of these cooking kits. Take all this information you've learned here about food and try one of these cooking kits and put together the recipes that come in these cooking kits. I've looked at most of these cooking kits myself, and what they basically come with is a handful of recipes with steps and some little tools, and maybe some information about the recipe, some cultural information or geographical information, and they're really fun. They're fun little cooking club type things. One of my favorites is radishkids.com. A lot of people have heard of that one. We actually go to school with the owner of Radish Kids, and it's probably the biggest and most well-known kids cooking kit. It's a cooking club, and it's a really fun one. They have really nice graphics and drawings on their recipes and their steps, and they all come with a little tool, and you can take everything you learned here at Sizzle Kids and convert it over into practice with Radish Kids. So that's the one I like the best. There's also Kiwi Co. They have a whole line of cooking kits. We've done a lot of their kits as well, and those are fun also. There's all kinds of different ones here. We have Little Sue, and we have Eat to Explore. The Eat to Explore one, each kit is a different country, and you do a little around the world trip, which we are going to do in the next lessons coming up. We're going to go all around the world and talk about how food is different in different geographical areas of the world and in different cultures. So if that interests you, the Eat to Explore Kids Kit would be a fun one to start with. But whatever you choose, whether you choose to get a produce box or a meal delivery kit or a kids cooking kit, these are just awesome ways to get into the kitchen, to start, touching and working with food and working with produce and working on putting your own food together and just getting the kids in there. And kids, you guys are going to have a great time with all of this. So get your parents to look into some of these and maybe even try one. All right. We'll see you in the next lesson. Bye, guys.